They're in your phone, your computer, even in most cars. And without them, nothing works. But what actually is a chip? And how do you make one? A chip is built out of transistors, tiny switches that can be on or off. With that, you can already do a lot. Yes, no, 0, 1. But sometimes they need to be in between, not just on or off. That's where it gets tricky. Because everything has to be super precise. If not, it just fails. Here's the problem. Chip production today is very closed. If a company designs a chip and makes a mistake, it costs a lot of time and a lot of money. And because companies keep their knowledge to themselves, they make the same mistakes over and over. Now imagine if they shared that knowledge. They could learn from each other, avoid mistakes, and speed things up. Chips that are designed and made open to everyone are called open source chips. With them, the whole process goes faster and costs drop dramatically. At TUE, we create test chips to improve these models.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I work on open source electronics. If you, for instance, want to design an audio chip, such as the one that is embedded in your cell phone, you first need to create a list of demands. What sound should it play? How loud should it play? And once you have this list of demands, you can create an electronic circuit. In this electronic circuit, you combine transistors with other electronic components to make your design work. Now, once your design is ready, you can create the actual chip layout. A computer chip consists of a lower layer of silicon. And in this silicon, transistors are embedded. Now, other layers of the chip consist of glass and metal. And through metal traces, you connect all the different parts of the chip with one another. Now, these metal traces, they cannot be too narrow, because then you cannot produce them. But they can also not be too densely spaced, because then they will interfere with each other. In total, there are hundreds of rules that you have to adhere to. But luckily, the computer can help you decide whether your chip is actually producible. Once your design is manufacturer ready, you can send it to the manufacturer. You will receive it back 3 to 6 months later. Only then can you measure your chip and see if it actually works. If you're lucky, you can produce your design en masse and embed it in cell phones and other devices. But you can also measure the chip in more depth and update your models, because that makes future design processes easier. And that is what we mostly do here at Eindhoven University of Technology.
By sharing what we know, we accelerate innovation, and we make technology better and more accessible for everyone. Every step brings us closer to something new. TUE, where innovation starts.